This post focuses on the clarification and negotiation phase of the conversation for action. As a leader, can you trust the promises made to you? When the promise is fulfilled, are you disappointed with the results? Do you find out after the promise date that the results have slipped? Do you experience a lack of trust between team members? All of this is a result of one or two critical factors. One factor is a lack of competency in the conversation for action that everyone has to master in order to coordinate action effectively. Another factor can be a lack of integrity in managing promises. In either case, when promises are broken, this negatively impacts results and damages relationship and trust. It is during this phase of the conversation that the conditions for success or failure are set up. To set up the conditions for success, team members have to rigorously execute key steps in this part of the conversation. Experience has shown me that failure to do so will likely result in breakdowns in the coordination of action, and with this comes a breakdown in relationship and trust. This is a high price to pay individually and as a team. The first step during this phase is clarifying the customer's conditions of satisfaction. For complex requests, to do this effectively requires deep listening to fully understand the customer's concerns and what will satisfy their concerns, including when the customer wants the request fulfilled. Unless the conditions of satisfaction are clearly understood and there is alignment between the customer and provider, the potential for a breakdown is high. Once the conditions of satisfaction are agreed upon, the provider can respond with one of four options: accept the request, make a counteroffer, decline the request, or promise to promise. Accepting the request means the provider understands the conditions of satisfaction and promises to fulfill the request. Making a counteroffer, on the other hand, means the provider promises to fulfill some of the conditions of satisfaction, but not all of them. This is where negotiation comes into play. The customer and provider look at alternative ways to take care of the customer's concerns within the competencies and capacity of the provider. Declining the request means the provider promises not to fulfill the request. There are 2 points to be made here. First, and the most important, you cannot trust a yes if the provider does not have the freedom to say no. Second, declining the request does not end the conversation. Rather, it opens up a new conversation. The new conversation is about what is in the way of getting to a yes. For example, does the provider require a shift in priorities? Or does the provider need additional resources? Promise to promise means the provider needs more time to decide what to do and promises to respond to the customer with an answer by a specific date. The clarification and negotiation phase ends with a promise made by the provider and accepted by the customer. In the next post, I will outline the difference between authentic and shallow promises and their impact on teamwork. If you want to learn more about mastering the conversation for action and improving your team's ability to coordinate action effectively, please reach out to me at 858-774-6041 or email me at rcepple@strategic-momentum.com. I look forward to speaking with you.